Good morning, grade 6. Today we're gonna start Unit 9 in our AL book. It's called Survival. First, we're gonna start with our new words. The first word here is the word empty. Empty, it means there was nobody in the place. It means like the theater was half empty. Or the theater was empty. It means that there was nobody in the theater. Number 2, the word whistle. Whistle, and whistle can be a verb and a noun. Here we have whistle as a noun. Bedtime scored the winning goal just seconds before the final whistle. Number 3, treasure. Treasures means a collection of valuable things such as gold, silver, and jewelry. This is treasure. Let's go to number 4. This is penknife, and it will be more clear when you will see the picture in your book. Penknife, it's a small knife with one or more blades that fall down into the handle. Number 5. First aid kit. It's a special bag containing medical tools to treat people who are injured. And the last one here, it's a fishing line. It means a very strong string used to catch fish. Okay, here we have some words which have the same pronunciation but different meaning. Here we have the word flour, flour and flour. The first one here, flour, and we use flour to make bread. This is flour, and here flour, F-L-O-W-E-R, it's the red flour, has a good smell. You know the meaning of flour. Number 2 here and here. Here, the first one, it's a verb. We use our ears to hear. This is a verb. And here it's an adverb. It means something in the place you are in. Like, hello Ahmed, my father is here now. You can speak to him. Number 3, seen and scenes. Seen is the past participle of the verb see. See, saw, seen. And here seen is C-E-N-E. This is a scene in a movie, or a scene in a movie, or in a play. And the last one here, the verb light. Light, the verb, it means to start fire in something. Like he lights a cigarette and started smoking. He lights a cigarette. Okay, let's start with the second part of our lesson. Here is the word survivor. Survivor, it means someone who's alive after an accident. She was the last survivor of the family, so the family made an accident and they all died except she, or except her. She was the last survivor of the family. Number 2, supply. Supply, it means things and tools that you will need, and the plural of supply, of the noun supply, is supplies. And here we have a sentence, trucks loaded with emergency supplies. Number 3, shelter, it's a place to keep safe in. A place to keep safe in. And the last one here, this is the word fence. Fence, it's a thing you put around a place to keep it safe, usually made of wood. Now let's go to our book and let's start reading our story, page 80. Here is the story, survival. Okay, here Tom is speaking. Look at all these coins. Look at all these coins. Who put them there? What shall we do with them? They found a treasure here, so they are talking about the treasure. Finn won't believe what we found. Has anyone got any water? My water bottle's empty. It means that we don't have water. Finally, the rain stopped. Let's go outside. Listen, can you hear a whistle? Yes, look, I can see Finn. Finn, we are over here. Are you all right? What is in that chest? Well, we didn't find any flags, but we did find some treasure. That's amazing. Wow, we are in the newspaper. We are famous. Yes, and the museum is really pleased too. Pleased too, it means he's happy. Pleased to means happy. Pleased to have the coins. It's thanks to me. Thanks to. Thanks to. If we hadn't got lost, we wouldn't have found the treasure. Okay, now let's go to see the picture of the words. Here we are. Okay, let's zoom in and find the picture. Here is the word rope, penknife, first aid kit, water bottle, fishing line, whistle, penknife, matches, and needle and thread. Quickly pause this video, answer the exercise by yourself, then check your answers. Number 1. You use a fishing line to catch a fish. This is answered. Number 2. You can climb a. Sure, we climb a rope. Number 3. You can drink from a water bottle. This is easy. Number 4. You use matches to light a fire. You blew a whistle. We blew a whistle to make a sound. You can use a space to cut things. You can use penknife, and you need a space if you hurt yourself. You need a sure first aid kit. And the last one here, you can use a to make or fix clothes, so you can use needle and thread. Here we are. Let's start our exercise 4. Please pause this video, answer it by yourselves, then come again, check your answers. Number 2. I'm going to space some jeans today. Buy or buy? Yeah, sure. This buy, this one buy, B-U-Y. B-U-Y, it means to pay money to take a thing. I'm going to buy some new jeans today. And we live by the sea, it means next to the sea. By the sea, it means next to. Number 2. Please come space. I need to speak to you. It means please come here. Here is an adverb. Here is an adverb. Listen, can you space a noise? Listen, can you hear a noise? Here is a verb. Number 4. Meet and meet. Meet is a noun and meet is a verb. My friend Jerry doesn't eat. Yeah, sure, he doesn't eat meat as a noun. And I would like you to space my friend Tom. I would like you to meet as a verb. Number 5. Flour and flour. You need eggs and space to make a cake. You need eggs and sure flour. Flour. F-L-O-U-R. And a rose is a beautiful red flower. F-L-O-W-E-R. The last one here. Have you space Max today? Have you seen S-E-E-N? And the last one, it's my favorite, scene in the film. Scene in a film. Okay, let's go to our story. It's about Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe. Let's start reading to know who is Robinson Crusoe. Okay, here we are. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Robinson Crusoe was sailing to Africa when his ship hit the rocks in a terrible storm. He swam to the shore and discovered he was the only survivor. He was the only one who was alive. The next day he swam out to his shipwreck. It was on some rock near the islands. He brought back tools and other useful supplies, things he needed. Then he looked for a place to build a shelter. Shelter, it means some place to keep safe in. There were some hills around me, so I decided to build myself a little house on one of them. I walked to the top of the highest hill and looked down. I was very unhappy because I saw then that I was on an island. There were 2 smaller islands a few miles away, and after that, only the sea. Just the sea for mile after mile after mile. I was all alone. After a time, I found a little cave in the side of the hill. In front of it, there was a good place to make a home, so I used the ship's sails, rope, and pieces of wood, and after a lot of hard work, I had a very fine tent. The cave at the back of my tent was a good place to keep my food, so I called it my kitchen. That night I went to sleep in my new home. The next day I thought about the possible dangers on the island. Were there wild animals, perhaps wild people too, on my island? I didn't know, but I was very afraid, so I decided to build a very strong fence, something around the place he lived in. I cut down young trees and put them in the ground, in a half circle around the front of my tent. I used many of the sheep straws too, and in the end my fence was as strong as a stone wall. I felt safer when I'd finished the fence. No one could get over through it or round it. Now let's answer the exercise. Pause the video, listen or answer it by yourself, then come again, check your answers. Number 1. There is a wall, already answered, around our house. Number 2. My dad split the tree because it was too big. My dad sure cut down. My dad cut down. We had plenty of space, lots of food and good tools. This is supplies. Plenty of supplies means lots of supplies. When the boat sank, there was only one. Everyone else died, so only one survivor. When number 5, there was a terrible space with strong winds and rain. There was a terrible storm. Number 6, we put up the space on the boat. We put up the sails. We use the sails to go on the boat. And number 7, we made a space from leaves and sticks, so we made a shelter from leaves and sticks. And the last one, we have a little white fence around our garden. Let's go to answer our sheet, and this is the last part of our lesson today. Choose the correct answer. Number 1. The fisherman uses a space to catch fishes, so sure he uses fishing line. Fishing line. Number 2, you can drink from a water bottle. Water bottle. Number 3, our class is space. There is no one there. Our class is empty, as there is no one, and the opposite of empty is full. We blow we can blow a whistle to make a sound. See is a verb, but see here is it's a noun. I'd like to buy some new jeans today. Ahmed needs a space because he hurt himself. Ahmed needs he needs a first aid box or first aid kit. Listen, can you hear as a verb. And Peter uses matches to make a fire or to light the cigarette. And the pirate hid the space on a desert island. He hid the treasure, and it's gold, silver, and jewelry. Robinson Crusoe hit the rocks in a space storm. In a terrible, it means very bad. After the accident, Peter discovered that he was the only survivor, means the only one who survived. And when the ship hit the stones, it shipwrecked, means it sank into the sea. And it's your right to have a suitable for you and your family, a suitable shelter. And here we have number 5. My mother went to the market and brought some supplies for a trip. Things you will need. I decide to build. I use the ship to sail in the sea. To plus verb stem, to sail. Number 8. My father split a tree because it was too big. My father cut down. We have a little white space around our garden, a little white fence. And the last one, there was a terrible storm with a strong winds and rain. Thank you for listening. Meet you next time. Bye bye.